Hi, guys. Thank you so much for coming in today. We're just going to go ahead and bring out these cards. I'm going to go ahead and start with Pisces tonight. I know these are late, but better late than never. I wanted to go ahead and finish off the other half of the zodiac signs, the zodiac signs that I didn't or that I haven't been able to catch up for the month of December 2025. And of course, at the end, I am thinking about doing a live stream, or I'm sorry, at the end, I'm thinking about answering some $5 questions after this general reading. So we're going to do a general reading for Pisces. Pisces general reading. We're going to start off with exes, those who are single and looking, those who are in a new relationship, those who are in a situationship, friends with benefits situation, or for those who are in a committed relationship. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect really quick for Instagram because, of course, we need Instagram here. But yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to start off, we're going to do Pisces, and we're going to try to do the rest of the zodiac signs. I'm going to try my very best to do all of the zodiac signs here. There you go. And then we're going to be using the black and white Rider-Waite tarot decks. I hope you guys enjoy the images and the messages just as much as I hope I will. So let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say for you. So let's go ahead and see for Pisces. Pisces, what do we have for the X? Universe, what do we have for the X? What do we have for the X, universe? What do we have for the X? Tell us, universe, what do we have for the X? What information do we have about the X for Pisces for the month of December 2025, universe? What information do we have about the Pisces for the month of December 2025? So Pisces, tell me what information, or I'm sorry, universe, what information do we have for Pisces about the X for December 2025? So let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with pulling out all of the cards. The reading does start off with the Hanged Man, which the Hanged Man talks about analyzation, taking the step back to analyze, to look at things from a different angle, from a different perspective, from a different point of view, before we take action, right? So in the bottom of the deck, we do have right here the Star. So especially with the Star to us talks to us when it's upright. It's about optimism, the sense of optimism, and it can also serve as a reminder to be optimistic, or that there is reason to be optimistic in a situation. But when it's in reverse, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the opposite, or that it talks about pessimism. It really still talks about optimism and all of that. It's just really saying that maybe someone here is feeling pessimistic. Maybe someone here is naysaying a little too much, or is naysaying or being pessimistic in a situation when the situation most likely will have a positive outcome, or we will have things go in our favor, especially when it comes to a situation where things didn't go anywhere. Especially when we're dealing with a situation that didn't go anywhere, most especially with a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries individual, maybe someone who just doesn't know what they want, someone who doesn't know what to do. And it seems like this was their energy prior to December. So prior to December 2025, we'll get this King of Wands in reverse. So it's kind of just talking about how Pisces, you're dealing with somebody who doesn't know what they want in a relationship. You're dealing with somebody who doesn't know what they want with you. And we go from that kind of energy, someone most likely a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries individual who doesn't know what to do, to all of a sudden we're analyzing things, or someone here is analyzing things. Someone here is trying to look at things from all angles, from all different perspectives. Okay. But your challenge here, and it's interesting because you are a water sign Pisces, your challenge here is the Queen of Cups. Your challenge is to follow your heart. Your challenge here is to express your emotions. Your challenge here is to be very well connected with your emotional side and to lean more towards your emotional side, most especially because it is telling us right here the reason why this is all happening is because someone came back, somebody wants to reconcile, someone who left specifically to want to be single, to have fun, to enjoy their own money, to enjoy their own successes, possibly even to enjoy friends as well and travel. But it seems like someone is going to come back. Okay, so it's okay. So this is what I'm seeing. Point is, it seems like the theme for those who are watching this and are trying to get information about the ex. It seems like this whole thing is about pessimism, or someone here is feeling pessimistic in a situation where it seems like there will be a positive outcome, or things will go in our favor. We could have dealt with someone, most likely a fire sign, in the past prior to December 2025, someone who doesn't know what they want, someone who doesn't know how to move forward. And we go from that energy, someone who doesn't know what they want, to all of a sudden someone who is trying to analyze the situation, trying to see things from all different angles here, from different point of views. But your challenge here is to be emotional. Your challenge here is to lean more towards your emotional side. Wear your heart on your sleeve. This is kind of like one of those cards where it's kind of giving you permission to wear your heart on your sleeve and to just be yourself authentically, Pisces, because it seems like the reason why we're in this position, or why we're going to be in this situation, is because someone is coming back, or we're going to reconcile with someone. And it seems like we are on cloud nine. It seems like we are going to be in cloud nine, Pisces, with the Page of Cups. But the thing is that I think as we move forward with the Seven of Pentacles, it just seems like as we move forward, it's just going to feel like we're not really gaining much out of this than what we really wanted. We're not harvesting, or at least the harvest or the results that we were expecting from this, we're not really getting much. Point is that we're not getting much out of it. I feel like that eventually, I think as we move forward and we proceed with this person, it's just going to feel as if we're not happy with our harvest per se. Figuratively speaking, we're not happy with the outcome or with the results. So it seems like if we move forward with this person, we're not going to be happy with the results. We're not going to be happy with what they return to us, right? Which is going to make us want to be protective of yourselves, Pisces, in December 2025. I do feel like this person is going to see this as a new opportunity, though. But your advice here is to be discerning. Your advice here is to be logical. Your advice here is to be smart. Okay? Yes, you can wear your heart on your sleeve, but don't be an idiot, Pisces. Because it seems like as we move forward and as we proceed, you're going to see certain things in this relationship, situationship, whatever, with this ex that seems to want to come back. We're going to notice that we're bumping heads with this person. We're not getting along with this person. This person is freaking out. This person is challenging us, bullying us, possibly even starting fights or arguments with us, Pisces. So that's going to be something that you're going to see. We're not going to be getting along with this person. And again, it was talking also about this feeling of not really getting much out of this whole thing. not feeling like there's a big enough harvest or a harvest that suffices for you, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and see now what we have for the next zodiac. The next group of people, for the singles, for those who are single and looking. So let's see what we have for our Pisces people. Our Pisces people who are single and looking. All right, so let's go ahead and shuffle. All right, so we have 10 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse, 2 of Wands, the Judgment reverse, 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups in reverse, King of Swords in reverse once again, but it's on the same position as the last reading, and the Page of Cups in reverse. So we end the reading with the Page of Cups in reverse, and we have in the bottom of the deck the Wheel of Fortune. So from what I'm seeing here with the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like it's saying that life's like a box of chocolates, right? You just never know what you're going to get. So being in this position, as the overall theme, it seems like the cards are saying that the overall theme for Pisces single folks, for those who are single and looking, life is like a box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get. And I feel like it's kind of like saying, like, you know, anything could happen in the near future. But it seems like so far, what has been presented to you as far as relationships are concerned, what seems to be what you have attracted are people who don't do their part, people who are just so parasitic. They just take and take and take, and probably something that has that will end in December 2025. Because it seems like this is all about life is like a box of chocolates, right? Before December, 2 of Wands. So prior to December, it seems like the energy or the vibe, the forecast prior to December 2025 is we're feeling really good about ourselves. We are future minded, thinking a lot about the future. We know our worth. We're very well aware of our worth. But the moment we come into December 2025, we have the card of betrayal. All of a sudden, we're dealing with betrayal. Someone here betrays us. why or how someone leaves us behind. So it seems like for those who are single, it seems like all of a sudden just randomly we meet somebody. Because it seems like prior to December we were single, future minded, focused on our goals, our achievements. There's this really healthy sense of self-worth here. And then we come into December with this card of betrayal. We are feeling betrayed. And what's our obstacle here is we're dealing with a soul contract, a soulmate, but possibly someone also that leaves us behind prematurely. Why? Because things weren't going anywhere. Again, we were talking about this parasitic relationship, a relationship that lacks equilibrium. And the reason why and what's known to be true, or at least a known fact about the situation, is that this is going to bring us a lot of anxiety. This is going to bring us a lot of stress. But at the same time, we're not going to confront the situation. Okay? We're going to avoid that. We're going to avoid confrontation, making the other person accountable. Yeah, you're really going to feel as if this person was really the one, or as this person was really a soulmate here. But I really feel like it's going to be the other person who is going to disappear. I really do feel like it's going to be the other person who's going to put you or keep you at arm's length. And you really do fear that. You really do fear that. And it is telling me right here that you fear that, and it's going to happen. And that honeymoon phase, it's like you're going to be knocked out of it. They're going to knock you right out of that. Interesting. So it's like for you single folks, you guys are going to meet someone fairly quickly. You're going to feel as if this is a soul contract. But then this person is going to leave us behind, and there's going to be this feeling of betrayal. Why? Because things are not moving anywhere. Things are unfair. And it's going to bring us a lot of stress. Not to mention that we're not going to talk about it, and we're going to avoid each other. And what you fear is that this person is going to turn into an asshole, an abrasive asshole. And yeah, and I do feel like it's going to be this person that's going to put distance. And with that Page of Cups in reverse says, the outcome or leaving December going into January 2026, the new year, it is telling me right here we're going to get off that honeymoon phase, or we're going to work on that. We're going to be knocked out of it, that honeymoon phase with this person. We're not going to enjoy it. So it seems like, we're still going to be in the honeymoon phase when this all occurs. All right, so let's go ahead and see for situationships or on again, off again relationships. This is also for those who are in no strings attached or NSA, friends with benefits relationships. So for those of you who are in something like that where, the label is a little blurred or gray, this is going to be the reading for you. Okay? So let's go ahead and see what the universe has for those Pisces who are in an on-again, off-again relationship, friends with benefits, situationships, or just a no strings attached, besties with benefits relationship. So let's see what the cards have to say in this reading for you. Group of Pisces who are in a situationship, on-again, off-again relationship. All right. So in the bottom of the deck as the overall theme, we do have the Hermit in reverse. So it seems like, yeah, this is definitely going to be about a friends with benefits relationship. So for those who are in a friend with benefits, no strings attached relationship, this is going to be the reading for you. Okay, so I'm already seeing the Ace of Wands in reverse in the reading. That's confirmation that this is about a no strings attached or a friends with benefits relationship. Someone is going to reach out. So maybe someone who ghosted you, or maybe you ghosted this person, most likely a Virgo with the 9 of Pentacles here, and also the Hermit. Or this could also be a Sagittarius. This could also be a Pisces, an Aquarius, and a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries individual, which we already saw Sagittarius right here. Okay, so point is that this is telling me right here that we are dealing with somebody who will try to reach out, or who will reach out. This is going to be about a no strings attached or a friends with benefits relationship. Someone who, most especially if this is a Virgo, somebody who enjoys their singlehood, someone who enjoys being single. Okay, a vicious cycle. I mean, even in the past, we have seen this pattern of this relationship just not going anywhere. The thing is that you are still very much smitten over this person, Pisces. You're still very much smitten over this person, and your challenge with the star is that the cards are telling me right here that your challenge is the fact that you have this blind optimism about this whole situation, when really you should be prioritizing yourself, just like how this person is prioritizing themselves, and they are very self-serving. Maybe you should be that way in this relationship, in this situation, because it is telling me right here that as we move forward with the 4 of Cups in the near future, as we proceed and as we move forward in December, you're going to see boredom, or you're going to be feeling bored, dissatisfied, and not happy with your current situation, Pisces. Okay, you are going to be hopeful. It is telling me right here, you're going to be hopeful. You're going to be thinking to yourself, well, you never know. Like, I just see you thinking to yourself, like, well, you never know. Things might change overnight. He might just have a 180 one day and just, realize that he does have feelings for me all of a sudden, right? And with the Knight of Wands in reverse, I just feel like this person, the reason why you haven't seen any action, the reason why you haven't seen any effort, or why you haven't seen any dedication to you, Pisces, is because they don't know what they want. And I feel like they are one of those people that if they don't know what they want, you're not going to get them to do anything. Okay? And hopes, fears, and or advice, it is telling me here that you are very hopeful for something new. You're very hopeful for this to finally turn into a commitment, into a relationship. But as we move forward from December going into January 2026, again, we're not going to be happy with the results. We're not going to be happy with the returns. We're not going to be happy with what this person is going to give back in return. Okay? So point is, this is about someone who returns, someone who is very much a bachelor or a bachelorette, someone who prioritizes themselves, or someone who's very self-serving. This is an ongoing thing because it seems like this is a vicious cycle, but you are still very much in this honeymoon phase with this person. You're still very much blindly smitten over this person, Pisces. But this is telling me that that's the challenge. The fact that you have this optimism, the fact that you're still very much hopeful for something new, for a commitment, for this to finally turn into something, because it feels like this was never anything. Or at least this is saying that this was a relationship that never progressed into anything more. It was just a vicious cycle, Pisces. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go to the next group of people. So let's go ahead and see for those who are newly involved. So those who just met somebody new, for those who are just dating someone or will meet someone in the month of December 2025, this is going to be for you. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Emperor, Page of Cups, Six of Cups in reverse, the Fool in reverse, Three of Cups, the Sun in reverse, Nine of Cups, the Magician, and also the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, and then we have in the bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. Okay, so the Six of Swords talks to us about someone leaving or someone traveling abroad, but usually this card talks about someone who leaves a relationship, a situationship. And then we do have Justice in reverse, so we do have something here where something doesn't go in someone's favor or there's going to be injustice involved. I do think that this person is going to be very much into you, Pisces. The only thing is that I feel like you're only in this relationship, or you only have them around. It seems like you have an orbiter here. I think that's the term that people are using now. I just learned that. Seems like you have an orbiter here because you're really just keeping them around because they give you attention. They stroke your ego, but this person really thinks that you are the one. You're just keeping them around because they stroke your ego, and it feels nice. It really feels nice having someone around. I'm really getting that feeling that it feels really nice having someone around. And you're just really just going with the flow. You're really going with the flow, and at the same time, you're not really putting any effort for it to end. You do know that it is going to end, though. Or that it has to end somehow, some way, someday. But the thing is that I feel like someone is going to return to your life. So for those who are newly involved, I see that somebody else is going to return to your life. And your advice here, your hopes, fears, under advice, you have the Magician. So you're really hoping that you get to manifest what you want out of this situation. Okay, so let me pull some extra cards here. So you have the Fool in reverse and the Past and Passing. What is this about? Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands. So it seems like prior to coming to December 2025, Pisces, it seems like there is this thing about where there's constant communication with a new person. So it seems like for a lot of you guys have met this person prior to December 2025, and you guys come into the month of December still talking to this person, but at the same time not putting a lot of effort. Someone here is not putting a lot of effort. It seems like it's most likely you, Pisces, because it seems like the other person sees you as the one. Someone here is very much in the honeymoon phase. Someone here is very much smitten while the other person is just enjoying the attention. And I feel like that is you, Pisces. I feel like you are that person. And the cards are telling me here, what's known to be true is that we know that this isn't going to last forever. But then all of a sudden we see someone new coming, or at least we see someone from your past show up. That's the thing. We see somebody from your past show up. As your challenge, you do have the Emperor. So why do you have the Emperor as your challenge? Knight of Cups in reverse. The thing is that I think your primary focus is yourself, Pisces. You're right now in a place where and this is just a lack of a better word, Pisces. This is just, okay, so I don't mean to offend anyone. You're very self-serving right now and very self-centered right now. You're focused on yourself, your goals, and where you want to be. And at the same time, I feel like there's something about you where I feel like you did have feelings for this person, or you, in the beginning you did, or you do, but eventually you're going to, just as fast as you fell in love with this person, you're going to fall out of love with this person. And then I just see a reunion with someone from your past. Someone from your past is going to show up, and they're not going to be very patient. I think they're going to force you to make a choice. I think what you're very hopeful for, because right here, as far as hopes, fears, and or advice, the cards are telling me with the Magician in the World, I think you're very hopeful about making the right decision here. I think you're just hopeful that you will make the right decision here. But again, the cards are telling me here that as your outcome, you're not going to feel the same way leaving December, going into January. You're not going to feel the same way for this person moving forward. So point is, from what the cards are telling me here, for those who are newly involved, it seems like you're going to meet somebody new. For a lot of you, you're going to meet this person prior to November. I'm sorry, prior to December 2025. So it seems like prior to December 2025, we're talking to someone, we're back and forth texting, we're talking to someone, building rapport. But at the same time, there is this sense of like feeling afraid about something, of feeling afraid of this being too good to be true. But then we come into the month of December. Once we come into the month of December, the energy kind of changes where someone here isn't putting any effort. Why? Because someone here is very self-serving, self-centered, and this is most likely you, Pisces. You are very self-centered, self-serving, focusing on yourself, and being at the place that you want to be at the end of the day. And the thing about you is that just as easy as how you fall in love, you fall out of love. And I feel like that's going to be the situation here. I think you're gonna meet someone, or you did meet someone in November or prior to December. But when we come to December 2025, just as fast as how we fell in love with this person, we're going to fall out of love. Okay. And I do feel like there's some type of soul contract here. So you might want to check out or meditate on as to why this person or why this situation was brought to you. Okay. But then all of a sudden the cards are telling me that we see a reunion. We see somebody coming back into your life, most likely an air sign, a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. But you're hopeful. You're hopeful about making the right choice here. And you will eventually, because I see you falling out of love. I see you falling out of love with somebody here. Okay. So we see someone that you meet, but then all of a sudden it seems like this person is very much smitten, very much into you, but you have this person around because you like the attention. They stroke your ego. And we know that this isn't going to last forever, but all of a sudden we see someone who returns, but you're hopeful. You're hopeful about making the right choice in this decision, and you're going to lose feelings for this person. And the cards are saying that's the thing about you, Pisces. Like, just as fast as you fall in love, you fall out of love. Okay. Or at least for that portion that I was talking to. That group of Pisces that I was talking to. Okay. So let's go ahead and see for those who are in a committed relationship. Boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend. For those who are engaged, for those who are married, in domestic partnerships. Let's see what the cards have to say. Alrighty, so those who are in a committed relationship. So for a lot of you, there could have been a break or a separation, or you guys could have taken some time apart from this person, okay? Yeah, somebody returned. somebody returned or somebody will return in the month of December 2025. So for those who are committed or for those who are married or possibly going through a separation, it seems like this person is going to return to you in the month of December 2025. After much contemplation, after much analyzation. So it seems like prior to December, there's going to be a lot of analyzation, a lot of pondering, a lot of brainstorming about this whole thing. And then all of a sudden we see someone return after a very long break. But then when we come into December too as well, we're also going to realize that certain things haven't changed and certain things can't be compromised. We're also going to realize that there are just, whenever this person comes back, you're going to realize that you guys are just so incompatible. So when we see temperance in reverse, certain things haven't changed. And for a lot of that, that's substance abuse, bad habits, vices, right? So we're going to notice that certain things haven't changed. Okay. Another thing is we're going to realize or notice the incompatibilities. Okay. We're not going to get along with this person very well. Okay. And we're going to realize also that there's a lot of resentments here still. It could be a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, most especially a Sagittarius with the Temperance card right here. But our challenge here is to wear our heart on our sleeve and to be hopeful, to dream a little bit. That's our hope here, to dream a little bit, to ground ourselves, okay, to give the situation the benefit of the doubt. But the thing is that you're so focused on how this person has crossed you. You're so focused on how this person has betrayed you, how this person has disappointed you throughout the years, months, decades, however long this has been. But this person is in complete denial. This person isn't willing to let something die here. Something that should be tumbled down. Something that should be just like the Tower of Babel, something that should just be torn to the ground. This person is resisting it. This person is resisting it while you are focused on the pain, the suffering, the injustices, the betrayals, the disappointments. Hopes, fears, and or advice. I feel like as your advice, the cards are telling me, don't lose sight of the future. Still keep focused on your future, and you will. You're going to be very work-minded. For a lot of you, it seems like there's going to be focus on the work. But from what this is telling me right here, for those who are in a committed relationship, it seems like some of you guys have dealt with a break, or there will be a break. And when this person comes back, we're going to realize that certain things haven't changed. Certain bad habits haven't ended, or they haven't stopped. We can also realize that there are certain incompatibilities with this person, and there's this unwillingness to compromise as well. The cards are also telling me right here that this person is also abrasive, impulsive, and a bit impetuous. But the cards are telling me here that as your challenge is to give the situation the benefit of the doubt. Ground yourself, because it seems like the cards are telling me right here that you're very focused on the injustices. You're very focused on all the bad things that have happened. Okay? And it seems like this person isn't willing to let this end. Something that should end. Something that should be thrown to the ground. This person is resisting it. Okay? You know what this kind of reminds me of? Like, do you guys remember that scene in Sleeping Beauty when the fairy godmothers got together to bake a cake for Aurora, and they didn't give up on the cake. So they had it standing with a broom right next to it because it was just so badly made. Think of that as the Tower in reverse. Just throw it away. It's a badly made cake. No one cares about it, right? So that is what I have for you guys for Pisces. So let's go ahead and see if we have anybody who wanted to get a $5 reading here, or for anyone who did send a payment for a $5 reading. So let me go ahead and double check that. And for those who do want a $5 reading, you're more than welcome to submit a donation right now. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and start the next live stream for the next sign. Alrighty, so no, I don't see any donations. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. I'm going to go ahead and cleanse these cards really quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and start the next one, okay? Sorry that these came out a little late, but better late than never, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Blessed be. Namaste. And I will see you guys on the next live stream.